What's up and welcome back to Premiere. I'm Ty, your host, and today we have another special guest in the studio. We got an actor slash fitness model slash rapper. We got J Prime. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm pretty good. With yourself?
I'm great, man. I'm doing great.
That's good. Thank you for coming on the show.
No question. Appreciate y'all for having me, man.
No problem. So we definitely gonna talk about your latest album, Starving Artist,
Yes.
and some of my top favorites from the album because I got a few of them. Like you did your thing on that. I'm not even gonna lie.
Man. Appreciate you.
And then what I like about it is the versatility. It was just like it wasn't just like one form of rap.
Right.
You had like some R&B in there, all of that. But we will get into that. But before we do, talk to us. How did you start rapping? Who inspired you?
So I started like fourth, fifth grade. I just used to be home, like just being home alone in the summers while everybody at work ain't got no school or whatever. And I was on YouTube one day, probably looking at a bunch of stuff a 10-year-old shouldn't even have been seeing. But I came across Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa was out at the time.
That was the era.
Yeah. And so I came across one video saying Black and Yellow instrumental. So I'm like, what's an instrumental? You feel me? So I clicked on it, and an instrumental, of course, has no words. It's just the beat itself. Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, so it just don't got the words. And it's like, I guess something was just in me naturally to be like, oh, I'm supposed to put my words on it.
Right.
So the first raps I ever wrote was to that beat. And then, it was just something I would kind of do for fun as a hobby for like a couple years. Once I got to middle school, I kind of started to take it serious, be like, nah, this would be fun to do for a living. And just as time went on, man, just kept doing it more and more, getting more serious about it, like seeing it more in my future. And yeah, that's how we got here. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Through the city with my kinfolk, chain swinging, hanging out the window. I got hella demons in my window. When I'm pulling up, I change the tempo. C12, nigga, get low. Get the running, jumping over fence though. Had the juice since I was a little bro. When I'm pulling up, I change the tempo. Me, I'm a whole different type. I'm looking for money, you looking for clout. We live a whole different life. Them niggas can't fuck with the shit I be doing. I should have a whole different price. I hang up on her, say I'm going to sleep. To answer another FaceTime. She trying to fuss, I'm not trying to hear it. She taking up all of my time. I seen him say it in the text. In person, I bet he won't say it again. Niggas come shooting my brother, I bet it's gonna be some spraying again. Clout chaser, nigga playing for tears. Nah, I'm playing to win. He play with me, I'ma end his career. He never playing again. I'm really the side nigga. When a boyfriend around, I'm playing a friend. I'm messing with her, but I talk to her bestie. Really, I'm playing a friend. Ask God to remove my enemies. I had to fake as a friend. Slick mode in effect, I'm moving it low. The tempo changing again. Whenever she see me in public, she staring, nigga. I'ma take her for the weekend, and I'ma give her back like head, nigga. Said she was bored in the crib, so I told her, come over here, nigga.
That's messed up. That's his girl, bro.
He not my friend, I don't care, nigga. Rolling through the
So
city.
who would you say? Because like I said, when I listen to your album, it's versatile, but you kind of got like almost like that drill beat kind of going on right now. Would you say that? Like,
I would say like probably maybe in sound, like sonically, yeah. Some of the instrumentation or my voice tone. The lyrical content, I don't go in that direction, but I can see how, as far as just the production, you could say that, yeah.
Yeah, this is dope. I mean, I like it, so I mean.
Appreciate you.
Now, going back to the album, so tell me, I want to know what was your favorite song on this album?
Okay. The intro was really fun for me to make. Like, that was a song I really just want to be like, bro, I just want to like, forget a concept, a hook, whatever. I just want to like just go up here and just rap.
Right.
The intro, I like Get Back a lot.
I do too. That was one of my favorites.
Yeah, like that. Probably that one. Close Up. Man, it's hard to pick because like personally, I and that's how I know when I made something that I'm really proud of that it was like high quality, when it's hard for me to be like, yeah, this is just the best song.
Right.
So, yeah, it's hard for me to say, man. I feel like something is like just running past my mind right now that I would probably say that. Probably Charge It to the Game.
I think so too.
I had to learn think about it. Yeah, Charge It to the Game probably my favorite.
But I got my list, so I'm gonna let you know that. It definitely, truth be told.
Man, I'm forgetting.
Definitely, truth be told. Get Back, definitely.
Truth be told, go hard.
Fearless, you did your thing on Fearless, definitely. Charge It to the Game, like you said. But one of my favorites was the Forever song. Like I just love, Last Forever. I love like the beat, like how the instrument is. You even was harmonizing on that song. Like you executed that well. Talk about creating that.
So Man, that was a song that like I'll say. So when you writing stuff, like a lot of times stuff isn't like completely biographical or about somebody. That song I would say was probably, because usually like a song is probably like, you know, you just kind of using your own experiences to create this story. But that song was more like about real situations. I'd say it was probably a combination of like 2 or 3 people.
And you just put it all
yeah,
that was what I was gonna ask you. You answered my question.
Like even certain lyrics, like I be wondering, like I wonder if this person know that was about them. You feel me? I do be wondering.
Was it about a specific person?
I'd say like it was a combination, but I'd say like it, as far as like what I'm talking about, definitely a combination, and like even in the writing process. But there is probably like a person that like I probably lean towards thinking about more if I hear the song.
Yeah, I can get that from the monologue that y'all was doing, the conversation.
Well, the voicemails, like those weren't real voicemails. That was just, that was just creative, make the song work and all that. But like, the song is like definitely is one person that when I hear it, like that's the person I think about.
Okay. I can't tell if this would last forever. I meant well, I still miss our time together. I pray love prevails, but separation might be better. We may find our way back. I will never say never. All of the pain was mutual. I never wanted you to go. I thought that we was Bonnie Clyde. I never thought that you would fold. I want you back, stay by my side. But I understand why you would go. Now I see we were only played it. I thought that we were solid gold.
I know you got your own brand, the Bro God Media.
Yeah.
Now, so with your own brand, are you like producing your own songs? Like, are you doing the engineering as well, or do you have somebody else? Is that through Bro God Media?
So a lot of my music I do produce.
Right.
A lot of I've kind of leaned away from that, probably like in the last year, just because I was trying to expand my sound a little more. So I started using outside production more. But I have probably produced the majority of my own music. I've engineered a lot of my music too, but like I'm not really. Engineering is something I do out of necessity.
Right.
It's not really something I'll do out of preference, as I will like rapping and producing and all that. I normally go to EK, who's another engineering producer for my city and all that. Work with some important people. That's who I prefer to go to, the engineer. I work with other people too, but that's who like on Starving Artist, he engineered everything except for Truth Be Told.
Really?
I engineered Truth Be Told, and Last Forever was originally engineered by Javian, who was on a couple other songs up there. When we went and reworked the song and everything, EK ended up engineering that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I believe that Truth Be Told was the only song on the album that EK didn't engineer.
Wow, you did that. So,
and then the production is like, I did a few songs up there, but the production is a bunch of different producers. Ep.9 did Truth Be Told. My man C Hilfiger did Close Up. I made Still Solid, and there's one other song up there that I'm trying to think. It's another song up there. I shouldn't be forgetting the name of my own song.
No, you good. We all been there.
But it is, yeah.
Like, so truth be told, let's talk about that video. Like the whole visual, that was genius. Like having the studio, being in the studio, having that trash rapper in there. Who came up with that, and how was it making that video?
So Dub A Media, that's the videographer that I worked at on that I work with on that. This is the person that I've known pretty much my whole life. Him and my older brother is like best friends, so that's how I met with him. That's how I know him. But he wrote the treatment for it and everything. He did the bulk of the work. We collaborated on it, but like he pretty much did the bulk of the work on writing the treatment for the video and everything. The character, the whack rapper, Young Candlestick, like that kind of just come from an inside joke with me and my homies. like that's really who Young Candlestick come from. Right. Like that's just really an inside joke. That's why it's probably funnier to us than it is to anybody else even saying it.
It was hilarious to me when I was watching it. Like, hey, that
so you even like the way it's spelled, how it's spelled stupid and all that. So then I was like, well, let's do this in the treatment. I put Young Candlestick in there. I'm like, well, can you write this in? And then I was like, all right, well, let's just jazz him up. Like, let's really make him a parody of a rapper.
Right.
I'm gonna take him, put the blonde dreads on him. Let's put some fake dollar store sticker tattoos on him. Yeah, all kind of stuff.
Oh my God, is that J-Prime? Truth be told, I don't really fuck with niggas and I really don't like rappers. Truth be told, I make niggas songs better. Put Slicky on it, it's a slapper. Truth be told, we don't really lip box. We just step on niggas like a capper. Truth be told, you ain't who you say you is in real life. Never been a factor. Truth be told, I don't really fuck with niggas and I really don't like rappers. Truth be told, I make niggas songs better. Put Slicky on it, it's a slapper. Truth be told, we don't really lip box. We just step on niggas like a capper. Truth be told, you ain't who you say you is in real life. Never been a factor. Real life shit, 7-5 shit. Bass in the trunk, go 5 shit. Whole team with me from my left to right like we swag surfing, 09 shit. We was deep at the Halloween show, whole gang dressed in 4-5 shit. I fuck with her cause she fuck better, but she not the one I spend time with. I show niggas real ambition with the lion roar, that's my shit. From 2 a.m. to tempo, velocity and vendetta, all 5 shit. Plus that living the die shit, and that 2020 Bonnie Clyde shit. Gotta pay the price to be a fucking great, I charge it to the game and my grind, bitch.
So I do want to go to the latest single that I seen that you had, which is Still Solid. Still Solid with Mother Tay.
Yes, the remix.
Yeah.
Mother Tay, who is Norfolk State alum.
Right. How did that collaboration happen?
So I've known Mother Tay since I got here. She was 2 years ahead of me. She just graduated. But I think I probably first heard her music, like her rapping, maybe a year ago.
Right.
And so ever since then, I just knew like, eventually like we definitely got to do some music together. Yeah. And so then, I want to say it was probably last summer, we finally got in the studio one day, and that was one of the songs we did.
Oh, that's lit. Like the song is dope. I think like most of your music, I'm really like,
really
on it. I really feel like you can make it.
I'm in my bag like luggage. Soon as Bo reaching the bag, he bustin'. Say that they killers and been killing nothing. My new bitch ain't friendly, she mugging. Most of these niggas be lying on they dick. If I say I hit her for real. With 17, pop out with the deal. You don't see no weapons cause they be concealed. I don't know why y'all compare and contrast the shit cause it ain't accurate. They say he me. She fuck with me when I be on my rap, and she got it like capping and she on the knee. She got a whole lot of ass when I smack it, then she throw it back and shit and make it quick. Somehow she posting the press and she tagging shit. We keep that tagging shit away from me. Got the whole team in all black like an activist. That boy was lacking, thinking shit was sweet. All of that laughing shit cause we was passionate. It was imagining the bigger dream. Now this little goofy bitch been acting mad as shit cause I been acting different, not a reach. Shout out to niggas who wanna know rat and shit when they was asking shit and kept it G. Pop my shit when I do my song. Fuck with 3 chains and a do-rag on. One leg up, new track on. Cause she like Jacquees, she get in her zone. She be like, ooh, that's my song. That's my spot, don't stop, keep going. Dunk on the bitch, I'm slick my horn. I'm still solid and switch the form. I can't be reckless and go kamikaze.
This guy is not just known in media. You like, I want to go back to, not just know with music, your social media preference. You are very controversial, or you like to get into a lot of controversial things on social media, and not just Twitter, but TikTok. You had a video that got a lot of backlash on it. So, but let's start with Twitter.
One of them, they deleted 2. One of them I appealed, they put it back up. But
because you made a certain race of people feel a certain type of way. And then Twitter, I really want to know, how do you manage to get blocked by Norfolk State University's public page? I really need to know, how did you get blocked?
Bro, so, listen, I think they overreacted personally.
They overreacted.
No, listen. Okay, let's address what the elephant in the room was on campus. Period. Norfolk State don't give us their money when they supposed to.
Oh man,
let's say
get us a job.
It's the truth. It's even been times in the past when it'll be like, such and such will be sent out by this date. Whether it be money, all kind of stuff, and it's 2-3 days past that date. So, so then, anyways, all I was saying was like, I'm like, everybody kind of want their refund check. So I get on Twitter and then
for the people.
Yeah, well, it was other people on Twitter talking about it, but I just, I'm gonna say how I feel anyway.
Right.
But no, it won't just me. But so then I get on Twitter This is right after me seeing somebody else make a tweet about the refund checks. I get up there and I see Norfolk State announcing like they about to start giving away the Apple devices again. And I'm like, I'm really just being funny. I'm just being funny. And I'm like, oh, I know somebody that owe me money not out here buying iPads again.
Right.
I get up there a couple hours later and say I'm blocked. I'm like, yo, like, I go here. Like, why you gonna block me?
Don't you go with my tuition or something?
Yeah, like, I'm blocked. I go here. Like, yo.
That was crazy. I gotta ask you though, do you think sometimes being that controversial can hinder you from some opportunities? Because you don't know who's seeing that from Norfolk State and want to put you, who would have wanted to put you on to like some bigger stages.
You accurate. You right. Mm-hmm. But I also kind of look at it like this. I think being inauthentic can hinder you from opportunities as well.
I can see that.
I also don't think, even with whatever controversy, like, I don't say nothing you can't find nothing of me on Twitter or nowhere else that's gonna be like, that's too heavy.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna find nothing with no buzzwords or no certain ideology, whatever. Like, so, like,
you careful in that sense.
100%. So like all the stuff you see people getting canceled for, celebrities, like any of them type of situations, I'm not even dipping into that. I just be saying how I feel. In my honest opinion, I think all of us believe very controversial things. It's just some people more willing to express it openly, and I don't really care.
Yeah, but
I'm well aware that it's an upside and a downside to it, but it's just who I am. It is what it is.
It can really just be a hit or miss, honestly.
How the fuck he do that? How we make this shit look easy? Niggas fascinated. Watch me play the game like I'm Berleezy. That boy thinking he can fuck with me, I don't believe it. These niggas don't even brush their hair, they shit be peasy. When I pull off blasting my own shit, oh, I know they hot. Niggas look at me, think I'm a threat, but I know they not. Bitch keep backing like her man and thug gon' get your bait shot. Jay, you fucking my girl? Not no more, I got your bait block. Who gon' stress behind these goofy hoes? Nigga, Jay not.
So speaking of experiences, you had experiences throughout Norfolk State. You had a chance to perform for our homecomings and things like that. So talk about that experience, what it was like, and then preparing for that experience.
Okay, yeah. So originally in around that time in the fall, there was a day where they had invited a bunch of people to like audition to be the person that opened up for the like big homecoming concert.
Right.
Whoever the artist was, I want to say it was Lil Durk that year.
Yeah.
Fall of 2019. I want to say that was Lil Durk. Bunch of people auditioned. We ended up getting notified that because everyone basically like they was like some little diplomatic thing, not to make nobody upset of like, oh well, nobody got selected, they going another direction. We ended up saying that somebody did get selected. It's like you could have just said that, whatever. But so anyway, it ended up being Chine Slender. Shout out to him, he real dope. But so then that was for like the big homecoming concert that was gonna be at night.
Right.
Like the week of homecoming. But then Xavier Andrew, an alumni here, also from the theater program, he was Mr. NSU at the time. And he called me one night, I don't know what I was doing, but this was like a couple days before the concert ended up being at. A matter of fact, it was the night before.
Right.
It was the night before. And he was like, oh, do you want to perform tomorrow? This was on not the same time of day, but on the same stage that Young Dolph ended up performing at in the evening at the little Pepsi thing. So I was like, well, yeah, of course. And he was like, well, it just gotta be clean, this, that, and the third, all of that. I'm like, cool.
How you clean your music up?
So then I'm like, okay, my best songs that I had at that time, I was like, it's really no way to do a clean version without altering the song.
Right.
So that night, I just went home and made a new song. That was when I made 56 Bars Part 2. I made the beat, wrote the song. I was like, I'm gonna just write a brand new song, completely clean, whatever, so that I know I can make something that's gonna do what I want to do tomorrow, but also be clean, all of that. So I made that song the night before.
Right.
Went out there, performed it with the words on the track because like I just made it the night before. I really don't have the words memorized.
Like, a little bit, but
yeah. So that was in the morning. Jahai Leon, he performed there as well with some other people, and but that was dope. Yeah, I wore that outfit one time.
You retired?
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was trying to. Nah, bro. I got the sneakers all dirty and all that. Cause like I was on the stage, jumped off the stage, but like it was in the grass, landed in the grass. The jacket was really ugly anyway, truth be told. Like it wasn't a nice jacket. I never wore that again.
Oh my God, is that Jake
Okay. The police been behind us for a couple miles. I'ma try to lose them on the back street. Then 12 up around the corner with us, and I seen the red and blue flashing. My dog said he had that fire on him. Now I'm on the gas, straight smashing. Now I'm in the corners, raining red lights, praying, Lord, please don't let him catch me. Play no games, I'm not with the lagging. I told my dog if he needed, just ask me. I ain't gon' cover if she is not classy, but I'ma keep her around if she nasty. Music loud when I be in traffic. I'm in the club and they ain't even back me. Sleeping so IG, they gon' have me. These boys scary and they got me laughing. I'm on the beat and I gotta slap it. J Prime for whoever been asking. She can play fake mad all day, cause I got options like I'm playing on Madden. I don't believe everybody who rapping. Stop with that line, you won't ever trapping. They be the same ones who sucking rapping. Talking about all the bitches they be taxing. I pull his car like an IV. Ice in my veins like an IV. I know they don't like me cause I'm cocky. Police wanna kill me and lock me. And I won't let nobody hold me. It ain't no opinion can stop me.
When you were doing these performances, do you get nervous at any point, or like, you know, like maybe, well, I won't say forget the words because we didn't even go in there knowing all of them. But like, how do you control like your anxiety going into these big crowds and being able to perform? That takes a real professional.
I really don't. I don't really get nervous. For like, when I first started performing. When I first started performing music, I would get nervous before some of my performances and all of that.
Right.
Same with theater, but like, it really doesn't bother me. I think it's because between like music or theater or whatever, I've been in front of audiences so much at this point. And also it's like, one of the best ways just to control your nerves is just to prepare more. The more that you prepare, the less nervous you're gonna be.
Fact.
So yeah, it has to be something new or unfamiliar about what's going on for me to get nervous.
Right.
But like pretty much after the first time, then I'm like, well, cool.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah. I think the same thing in this. At first, I didn't think I would be nervous, but the first time they turned these lights on, I lost it all. That's how I was like, but I've been doing it for a little bit now. So it's
you get in front of the camera and you realize you're not at all who you thought you was gonna be in front of
the camera. Right. But sticking to that about how going back into theater, because that obviously helped prepare you for the music industry, especially being in front of people. Okay, so. How did you decide on going into a theater major, and how are you using what you're learning from theater to carry on to your music?
Yeah. Okay. So as far as picking a major, I was originally gonna be a mass comm major.
Shout out mass comm.
I knew I wanted to do music and be an actor, but like, you know the pressures when you coming out of high school. You just want to feel like you picking something that feels a little more stable,
safe.
Yeah, it feels more. Yeah, and so that's why I was gonna be a mass comm major. I'm like, well, like I can just name these jobs off the top of my head, like mass comm. You can get this job. It sounds stable. It feels attainable in your mind, you know.
Yeah.
And I was literally in the middle of a rehearsal in high school. I was just like in the wings backstage about to go out.
Right.
And I was sitting there thinking, and I'm like, what's the point of like preparing a plan B when that's energy you taking away from your plan A?
I heard somebody quote that before, honestly, yeah.
So I was just like, nah, like why work at something that's really not what I want to do? So I was like, why don't I just go be a theater major and just really train myself as an actor and give myself a better shot with what I want to do in the first place?
Yeah.
So then I was like, well, never mind. And at that point it was kind of between like musical engineering or theater. I picked theater really because I feel like musical engineering, I've just learned so much in that department without going to school for it. And there's so much more that I could learn without going and paying thousands of dollars at a university for it anyway. So I was like, well, I'm going to just go and train and try to be the best actor I can in 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, to prepare myself for that field. And so that's how I ended up making that decision.
Yeah. So how is it helping your music career? Like, is it?
It got me, as far as just stage presence, and being and that's why like I don't get as nervous because that just added to the amount of times I was in front of audiences.
Right.
That added to me. It brings you out of your shell, forces you to be expressive, you know, and all. So yeah, like it definitely helped with music and just any type of public communication because it's gonna bring you out of your shell.
Yeah.
And I've been doing theater since 9th grade, pretty much.
Really?
I took my first drama class in 9th grade. Got in my first play in 10th grade. So I've been doing it for a while, and yeah, like just over the years, forcing you to be more expressive, forcing you to get used to being in front of audiences and all that. So as far as that, because it doesn't really matter music, theater, either way you're in front of an audience.
Right.
So yeah, the only difference with music is just that you alone.
Yeah.
Unless you a person that like to really, I don't like to bring 40 people on stage with me.
That's
Some
not your
people,
vibe.
I don't like it. It feel, bro, get out my way. I don't like, I don't need 30 people on stage just standing there looking cool. That's not really me. Like,
Right.
I don't really do that. So that's the only difference is that you kind of up there just carrying everything by yourself with music. But yeah, it definitely helped as a performer altogether.
I observe it helping your music as well, and in your music videos, because they're very animated, creative, or whatever. And I mean, I would only hope that you got some of that from the theater.
Well, that too, like as far as with videos, it gives me more ability to be theatrical.
Yeah.
Or even if I want to really, do a storyline, or if we doing certain ways of the video, like now I'm acting better in the video.
Right.
Because even it's nothing worse than seeing people try to make like a little mini movie or whatever, just because they like, well, I'm a rapper, but now I kind of want to act, and they're just terrible at it.
Yeah.
And even like we all know famous rappers that turned actors and are not good at it. We don't gotta say their names, but like it's like one rapper that's good at acting. So
you trying to hide. So all right, I see you trying to go double whammy.
Yeah,
I'm doing this and
pretty much.
As much income as possible.
They be on set for J. Prime. Truth be told, and the concept of the song is essentially him addressing fake rappers and people, talking about shit they not actually doing. Prime is pretty much like just ruining this nigga day. He beat him up in the studio, take his girl, and then he end up doing some things with his girl that y'all will see later. Right now we got J Prime in here.
Y'all already know, man. I'm on Instagram and Twitter at JPrime757, Jay, not just a letter, Jay Prime757.
I got you. But not only do you do the theater stuff, you also make fitness videos.
Yeah, I do.
Yes. How important is fitness to you?
It's really important. Health is wealth, and I especially in the black community, especially with like black men, I wish we would take care of our health a whole lot better. And I got into the regimen of it just from like playing sports a lot growing up, playing football, and just getting real consistent in the weight room and just with fitness and all of that. And it was just something I wanted to stick with. I didn't want my teenage years to be like the prime of my body and physical health. So I was like, I don't want to like at any point ever let go of myself. Not even just for aesthetic purposes, like just being healthy, like feeling good on the inside. Like we are trying to live a long time. So I take that, fairly serious.
Are you training any people? Are you training people right now?
No, I don't even think I have the patience really to train people. Like people have asked me to do that too. You know why though? But it's because like most people, and there's nothing wrong with it, whatever, to each his own. Most people really not gonna take it serious. Yeah. And I just don't have, like, I don't think I have the patience to like sit here and write out a whole meal plan and workout plan for you, and then like look on your Instagram story and see you eating Burger King. Like, I don't think I have the patience for that.
It's like used to be that one trainer. I don't know if you see this one dude, like he be like, I seen a video. He seen like his client like eating, I guess something that he wasn't supposed to eat. He straight slapped it out his hand, like.
And it's like I'm just too blunt.
But people,
I'm just too blunt. And some people
want that.
Some people do. Well, here's the thing. Everybody thinks they want it, and this is just with everybody thinks they want honesty and blunt. Most people, they don't really want honesty. They want the truth to be something they like to hear.
Right.
People want honesty until they realize, like, dang, that actually, I didn't like hearing that. Like, if everybody really just appreciated the truth, we would have way less trouble with when we communicate. Like, you wouldn't constantly see somebody getting bashed on social media for something they said.
Right.
So, like, yeah, everybody, I think there are definitely people that think they want someone to be just honest with them 100% of the time.
Right.
But it's like, it's not something that most people actually can handle.
Yeah.
And especially, like, with fitness and all that, that's something that you go into the lane of a lot of insecurity sometimes and all that. And hey, some people might need a more delicate approach. It's to each his own. But yeah.
No, me personally, I would like the more direct approach or whatever.
Typical breakfast for me.
So we got 4 eggs. We're going to season that up, add cheese to it, fry all that together. Next, I'm going to add the oatmeal in. Listen, this flavor right here, rocky. Put almond milk in the oatmeal. Next, we're going to wash some fresh grapes, cut up a banana, put into a smoothie, add some frozen strawberries, pineapples, peaches, mangoes, all that. Add a 12-gram protein shake to the smoothie. Then I add 10 grams of creatine. Creatine is not for everybody, by the way. Blend that smoothie up real good. Look at that. Look at that. Delicious. And there we go. That's breakfast. After that, add some hot tea, and there you go.
But we do gotta wrap this up. So tell the people what you got. I mean, what you got in stores or what's next, and then let them know your social medias where they can find your music and just your platforms.
Got you. All right. Well, so right now I'm working on a couple solo projects. I got an album called Pressure Baby that will be dropping later in this year. I'm working on some collab projects. Me and an artist named DG from Chesapeake, we got a collab project on the way. It's a couple more I've been in the talks with about making with people, but not at the point where I could lock it in and say it's gonna happen. But those are the things I'm working on right now. The Truth Be Told video is out now. Tempo video is out now. Starving Artist out now, as well as my last EP, Heartfelt. My Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, any of my social media handles is at jprime757. That's JAY Prime 757. Any type of inquiries, business, music, media, acting, whatever, is jprime757@gmail.com. You can find me on any streaming service, jprime. You're gonna see me. You're gonna see my face. It's me. So yeah, Spotify, Apple, Tidal, SoundCloud, YouTube, whatever. I'm on everything. If it make music, I'm on it. So yeah.
Well, thanks again for coming on the show,
of course,
man.
This
was a dope
interview.
Yes. Well, thank you for coming on the show today, man. This was definitely a dope conversation. And thank you guys for watching today. Make sure you go check out all of his social media, stream his music, and we will see you on the next episode of Premiere.
No question.